Hello, this is Caravan RV Travel. My name is Konstantin. Our company and I have taken about 16 RV trips around the world. We have visited various places in both America and Europe. We have vast experience in RV travel. Personally, I used the European trailer first, a Hobby 720 for 3 years, then a Hobby 660. Now I own a Keystone 290 BHS American trailer. I've driven about 10,000 miles across America in an American motorhome and taken several caravan trips in a European motorhome. Overall, I truly have extensive experience. Drawing on my experience, I will make a video review about trailer equipment and its features. Today we will focus on refrigerators. We are inside the European Hobby 720 kWfu trailer. All information is based on facts, analysis and conclusions. However, many video reviews from our colleagues present only conclusions without facts or analysis. But how can they provide them if they have no real experience traveling with trailers, cabins and motorhomes? Today I will share concrete facts about the absorption refrigerator. I am a thermal power engineer and I have something to say on this topic. The absorption refrigerator installed in all European trailers operates on the principle of cooling by absorption through a phase change from liquid to gas. Ammonia circulates in its system and needs to be heated to start the process. When heated, ammonia rises, enters the expansion tank, evaporates, and thus provides cooling. Heating the ammonia can be done using gas or electricity 220 volt of 12V. The most efficient and fastest way is gas heating, since at 12.5 the refrigerator heats too weakly and 220 volts is not always available. That's why most users simply press a button, ignite the pilot light, the system heats up and cooling begins. But to be honest, having used the 720 trailer and previously the 660, I can say this refrigerator has caused me quite a bit of trouble. The first major drawback is slow cooling. When people bought a new trailer, we often received complaints: the refrigerator isn't working. The fact is, when first turned on, it took 8 hours to reach operating temperature. It was a nightmare. I had to explain every time that this was normal and they just needed to wait. The second critical issue is high sensitivity to heat. In summer, if the fridge door was accidentally left open for just 3 minutes, for example, if someone took something out and forgot to close it properly, it immediately lost its cold. I installed sensors, built graphs, and tested whether it was functioning properly. It turned out that with the door open, the temperature inside rose from GR 17 degrees Celsius to GR 114, GR 115 degrees Celsius. And after closing the door, it took from 4 to 5 hours to drop back to GR 17 degrees Celsius. As a result, in hot weather, food in the refrigerator simply spoiled. And this is not just an analysis or conclusion, it's hard fact. During one of my caravan trips with a European trailer, I decided to open the service hatch of the absorption refrigerator. Someone on the forum claimed that this supposedly improves cooling. Of course, I knew right away that this was nonsense, but I wanted to test it myself. As expected, it had no effect. In extreme heat, an absorption refrigerator installed in a European trailer practically refused to perform its primary function. Every day our food spoiled and no folk methods like an open hatch helped. Later, someone on the forum suggested an even more absurd method: removing the refrigerator, flipping it upside down, holding it that way for a while and then putting it back. That's complete nonsense. Absorption refrigerators are simply useless. As of today, they are mainly installed in European trailers and motorhomes. In American motorhomes, compressor refrigerators, just like the ones at home, are used almost everywhere. These actually work properly and cool food regardless of the weather. An absorption refrigerator cools by using a gas burner, and its exhaust pipe vents gases outside. However, after about a year and a half of use, this pipe simply clogs with soot. Here's an interesting point. The exhaust gases exit through a special cap on the roof designed to prevent leaves and dirt from entering the pipe. But over time, this cap mysteriously disappears. It can fall off, get lost, and keeping track of it is difficult. It's simply out of sight. In autumn, leaves, dust and dirt start getting inside the pipe, gradually clogging it, and if the exhaust pipe is blocked, turning on the refrigerator produces a terrible stench. I once encountered this problem while traveling. it was impossible to be near the refrigerator. In the end, I had to turn it off because the smell was unbearable. Take note, this refrigerator has two service hatches, a top and a bottom one. The top hatch is essential because in case of an ammonia leak, which happens when small cracks form in the system, this harsh chemical can evaporate instead of accumulating inside. Ammonia has a terrible smell, so the ventilation opening in the top hatch is crucial. It helps expel the fumes outside. The bottom hatch also serves maintenance purposes, but is mainly used for accessing the refrigerator's components. If you suddenly notice a strong unpleasant odor, you should check for an ammonia leak. This is a serious issue that can render the refrigerator unusable. Overall, absorption refrigerators are a terrible solution, and they are being phased out everywhere. For example, in the US, RV manufacturers have almost completely stopped using them over the past 3 years. Finding one there now is rare. However, in European trailers, they are still installed everywhere without exception. Now, let's take a look at the American compressor refrigerator type installed in RVs across the USA. This is a compressor refrigerator. If you're watching a video review of an American or European trailer and the presenter doesn't specify the refrigerator type, you can identify it yourself. Compressor models are easy to recognize by their rounded surfaces, and they are often silver colored. However, this is not the key difference. If you open a compressor refrigerator, you won't see cooling fins inside. This sets it apart from an absorption refrigerator, which has a completely different design. Now let's compare refrigerators in a European trailer. See these cooling fins. If you're choosing a trailer or motorhome and want to determine the refrigerator type, simply ask to open it. If you see cooling fins inside, you're looking at an absorption refrigerator. I'll say right away, this refrigerator frustrated me so much in the 720 trailer that during a caravan trip across Europe, I stopped by a service center, threw it out and bought a new one. But the story repeated itself. As soon as I opened the door, the temperature dropped instantly, and the refrigerator took up to 5 hours to return to its operating level. By that time, the food had already spoiled, especially in summer. To prove that a regular compressor refrigerator is an entirely different system, let me clarify an important point. In compressor refrigerators, the working fluid is Freon, just like in your car's air conditioning or a household fridge. Why is it called a compressor refrigerator? Because it has a compressor that circulates Freon through the system. As the Freon expands in a special chamber, it generates cold. Unlike absorption models, there is no ammonia involved, which could leak if a crack forms in the system. If a compressor refrigerator develops a leak, the system can simply be refilled with Freon. Any refrigerator repair specialist can easily fix this. It's a well-established technology. As for the absorption refrigerator that came with my trailer, I tried to have it repaired in Russia, but in the end I gave up and replaced it in Poland during a caravan trip across Europe. Here it is, standing in the corner, a compressor refrigerator. And take a look, no service hatches. See? They simply don't exist because there's no need for maintenance. You don't have service hatches on your household refrigerator, right? The same applies here. Compressor refrigerators run for years without any intervention. However, in European motorhomes and trailers, absorption refrigerators always have two service hatches. That's because without regular maintenance, cleaning and inspection, these refrigerators stop functioning properly. So if you're planning to buy a travel trailer or motorhome, I strongly recommend choosing a compressor refrigerator. This isn't just a preference, it's practically a necessity if you want to avoid the problems that come with absorption models. Caravan RV Travel is the company that organizes for its clients group travel on trailers and motorhomes to the USA, Europe, Asia and Georgia, to the beach in the summer, to the polar circle in the winter, to the fabulous forest in the fall, to the fishing in the spring, and all this with your own RV. As it said, wherever you park, that's your Hilton. Details on our website